And we working with something. I gotta let them know about this one. I know what you're thinking, right? Like, when did they start making fragrances? Let's chat about it. Let's go. Flying Spur, Continental GT, Bentley. These are all names that this brand is known for, produce some of the absolute finest cars in the automobile industry. Well, guess what? They want you to smell good while driving your 100K plus car on your next Target run. Now, even if you can't afford a car just yet, you can smell like someone who would. Now, in walks in one of the darker fragrances from the fragrance lineup. That's right, there's more than one. Now, today we're going to chat about this one in particular. This one is Bentley Absolute, and it's solid as now, dark, woody, and smoky. Picked this one up not too long ago. Now, without wasting your time, I'll go ahead and say that this scent profile it really suits my aesthetic. You know, I've been wearing this on multiple situations for about a month or so. I think I have a good handle on what it's gonna do for you, if this is something that you end up picking up. Now, today we're gonna take a look at this dark, mysterious offering from Bentley. I'm going to go over the presentation, the notes to make up this fragrance, who's this for, when to wear this, and ultimately, should you mind by this? Now, before I go any further, quick pause for you showing up, showing this channel support. Now, hopefully, it's helping you guys make some decisions, etc. I appreciate you. Thanks for locking in, because I'm keenly aware you could be anywhere on the net, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. Perfect. Now, this is really gonna help the channel out. Do me a favor and then bop this and hit that. Yes, sir. Cool. All black everything out the gate. This bottle design is something that they use, for the other fragrances in their lineup, and I like it. It has some mass and presence to it. The cap has this like knurling on the edges. It looks like one of their shift selectors for one of their drive modes. For example, you will find this in this 100,000K plus Bentley. I mean, it looks pretty nice, and I'm all for this presentation. Metal sheath at the top of the bottle has this Bentley logo embossed and the name Bentley underneath. Then it says for men and then Absolute. Now let's go ahead and see what this atomizer has for us. Let's get a little spritzer. All right, atomizer is on point. Zero complaints here. Quality is there. Let's go ahead and get right into how the notes of this fragrance come together. Now, one of the primary notes that I immediately get with this fragrance is the woody cedar note. It's smoky, it's dark, it's spicy, it's almost muted present. It just kind of sits back in the, a bit in the background. Rounds out, ends up being resinous with the addition of olibanum and the amber note. When we're first spraying this on your skin, you get the spicy pink pepper note along with ginger. Now, the ginger is not that astringent ginger, but it sits behind the amber notes and the spicy notes. It almost smells like pencil shaving, which is not a bad thing in my opinion. Now, even though in the mids you have this nice blend of cedar wood, papyrus, olibanum, again, resinous, woody notes, but it's dry. I mean, it's so dry. Now, the dryness comes from the smoke and the sandalwood notes. It reminds me kind of like Santal 33 a bit. Doesn't have strong projection or anything like that, but it does have this very pleasing, slightly complex earthy note. It has a calm sophistication to it. Now, for me, this fragrance is somewhat linear, and what I mean by that is that for me, the nature of this fragrance mostly is the same throughout. Now, this fragrance is something that I really identify with, as I've said before in previous video, more times than not. I wear my fragrances based on the mood I'm in, and what type of energy I'm trying to put out there. As I'm sure that most of you do something similar, but I try to line this up with how I'm feeling in a moment. Now, I like to come across as calm and mostly, collecting. This fragrance is that. I like the smoky, earthy notes here. They're kind of complex, but they blend together and have this kind of like a unique simplicity at the same time. I don't understand. Now, in the dry down, again, you get some more of those woody notes. You have cedar as well as oud listed here. Now, let me go ahead and touch on this. There ain't no damn oud in here, okay? Now, I can't find any. If you can, You know, I got some Waldo puzzles I need you to help me to solve. Also, you have some smooth amber, you know, and some oak moss in the dry down. It definitely gives it that earthy accord. You know, to me, this is a little bottled up section and some little sophistication, but you know, we need to go ahead and talk about this performance though. It's subtle. The notes here, you know, for the first 15 minutes to me, you know, they're a bit muted. Think about these notes and the way they come together. These notes just do not push out much. They don't project a lot. You know, they're calm, you know, and somewhat powdery after a while. They sit definitely close to the skin. This fragrance is, you know, also reminds me of Dark Rebel Rider by John Varvatos, which I also did a review on. Again, dark, smokier type of fragrance, but again, similar in the way these notes perform on your skin. So 6 to 7 hours on the skin actually with this fragrance, you know, and now we're not talking about huge projection or anything like that. You're not gonna fill up a room. It's, you know, maybe if you go with a denser spray routine, you'll get a little bit more projection, but this is 1 or 2 people away from you type of fragrance. I don't even think about the sillage here. I would just kind of put this fragrance on for more intimate situations, which I think that will work well in a date environment. You know, if you're on a date, you know, you're not gonna blow them out the water with, you know, 8 to 10 sprays. But I'm gonna say maybe like 2 people away from you, like in a crowded bar or a bus, you know, maybe waiting in the self-checkout line at Target. I don't know. Well, when should you wear this? Well, I'm glad you asked. This is a date slayer. It's seductive, it's smoky and resinous, it's dark, it's mysterious, and we know that I love dark and mysterious. Yes, sir. This is a professional in all types of environments. It's grounded, doesn't project super heavy, so most won't be offended. You know, you're probably gonna be drawn in a little bit once they get into a close proximity, get a whiff of it. You know, now as far as season-wise, this is probably gonna work best in the cooler months, a rainy day, maybe even a cooler evening in the spring or something like that before it starts warming up. So who's this for? This is slightly more mature, in my opinion. I'm gonna say mid to late 20s age group and onward. This is a bit outside of the high school group. You know, you might get some of those, ooh, you smell like my dad, you know, those type of references. This is for someone looking to add something calm, sophisticated, dark, mysterious to your presentation, okay? Now, based on how often this is referred to as a worthy alternative to Gucci Palm 1, this is gonna work well for that crowd of that discontinued fragrance, you know, without dropping major coinage. Now, again, this is formulated by the same Michelle Almerac, so you're also getting a well-blended fragrance, no matter how you slice it. All things considered, when I first heard that Bentley was in the fragrance game, I heard so many good things about the fragrances, but I ended up leaning towards this one based on the scent profile. I was looking for something ultra woody, very masculine, which this definitely is, which I'm happy to report. It's well blended. Checks a lot of boxes for me, and the price point is very doable for a lot of you out there. It's 100 ml bottle. You know, once it has a chance to macerate, you know, and I know that those notes, you know, will come together even more so, become more pleasing. Now for the price point, 35 to 50 bucks, you know, type it in Google. You know, price points will fluctuate, but mostly between those 2 numbers. It's an easy recommendation. Easy. Where can you buy this? You might be able to find this out in the wild at, you know, some retailer. Not really sure about where, but I'm sure you'll be able to find this online super easy. You know, they have this on their website still. Now, we've arrived at the question, should you blind buy this? And then I gather around. Let's see how many stars we have. Yep, 4 stars. It's solid, so solid. Check this out for sure. Thanks again for you locking in with your boy. Appreciate all these comments. Keep coming. Again, if you haven't already, no time better than the present. Do a quick swipe. Definitely subscribe. Look, tell a friend. Grown well. Hey, don't skirt off so fast. We're chilling. Do me a favor. Click one of these up here. More exceptional fragrances. Until next time, YouTube. Dooskies. And we working with something.